What's up, people? So we are live today. So Monday is Monday Mindset. So today we are going to be talking about. We have Ashan here, and we are going to be talking about something we use, like the quotes we listen and we watch, how we used it in our own journey in order to become better in our fitness journey, and also how we apply it to our clients' transformations. When you have seen our post and like proofs. So basically, today's topic is about like not don't let your noise of other factors drown out your inner voice. So that's the topic we are going to be talking about, and we are going to be talking about in three areas today because we realize that there's a lot of things to talk about. So we are just going to be talking about three because that's would be better for you to like get gain all the value in a short period of time. So Ashan, like how you been? Like how's everything? So how's the training going and how's everything going?
Yeah, I think everything is on point. I just took a break this
Yes.
weekend to go on a hike. But
Yeah.
apart from that, it's Monday again, and I'm back home. So
Yeah.
back in the usual routine. So
Yes.
that's how it's going to continue. So as we all know, we are already in prep now. So we are supposed. I mean, we are allowed to take a break, but
Yes.
not for long.
Yes,
So
exactly. So
making
we take
advantage
short
of it.
breaks sometimes, like some of our clients, and then they actually get into the journey because it's about 6 months away for you guys' as competition. So that's where we are hoping and like hoping to become the best. So that's something we are doing on this side. So in this slide, like I said, we are going to be talking about something we actually used in our fitness journeys to not letting noise of other factors drown out our inner voice. So in this slide, like we said, there's a lot we can talk about, but we are going to be talking about like how we apply it to our clients and us. So the number three things I'm going to be talking about. So the first thing I'll be saying is basically when the pandemic first happened, we had doubts whether that's the end of the fitness industry or because everything was like going against us. Like that was in March 2020. So one thing we actually realized is like we had passion towards helping others. That's what we were pretty much worried about. That we had not we whether we will be able to like make an impact on another person's life because that's what we actually like doing as coaches. So our backs were against the wall and gyms were closed, and even getting equipments were pretty tough back in the day. Like about 18 months ago. Like Ashana, as I remember, you only had like few dumbbells and like chin
Yes.
up bar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, to start off with, it was just one dumbbell and one resistant band. So that's
Yeah.
how it was initially. Initially, the first lockdown, not much, mostly bodyweight workouts. Going on for all 7 days. That's how it happened, and slowly, the availability was high, and then when the next, yeah, so when the next lockdowns were coming in, it was pretty easy. Not just for
Yes.
us, for most people. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So what we realized was like we had to go back to where we started because initially when we actually started our fitness journey, like one thing we did was pretty much home workout, like bodyweight workouts. Like when we started 17, 16, when we initially had the obsession of doing this. So all we had to do was just going there and like doing it way better than what you could do like before. So that's how we thought about it. So gyms were shut, like things were like pretty difficult at the time, but we managed to push through it because you have seen results. So what we did was like we said, virtual coaching, like we innovated, and those who were actually with us during that phase, who are actually still with us like right now, like one of the things we have noticed is they are like when they are in a different level, it's easier for us to like even guide them in a gym environment. So even that's not like hard because basically when we had like people who were doing we actually witnessed like people transforming from the rock bottom to becoming the best, right? Like we that's something we can actually be satisfied with because we had that interaction and that's something we love having with clients because when we see their transformations becoming better, that makes us like amazingly feel good, right? Right, Ashan?
Yeah, that's true. That's true because anyone who can pull off a transformation program during the lockdown, can do it anywhere. So that's what I believe because during the lockdown, not having the gym is the biggest excuse most people have, right? And I think even in one of our previous lives, I think I mentioned everyone who called saying that they will come back when gyms are open never showed up. But whoever started off with whatever they had, they actually ended up doing a good transformation. So that is the short and sweet answer I
Yeah.
have to give for that.
Yes.
So if you are willing to put in your work during a lockdown, that actually says a lot about you.
Yes, exactly. So we don't need to talk about it much because our clients actually show the results and you guys have seen the social proof if you are watching our stories. So the second factor is something we go through as like in our fitness journey, especially like during the prep period, sometimes it happens and how we actually overcome it. Like so, but I'm gonna be actually giving it to Ashan to like explain like how he actually like overcame his problem because he was actually working in the corporate environment and you were actually like seeing a lot of food at the time like when you initially started that was in 2017.
17, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to give up like few things you were actually like doing it regular basis, right? So tell us about your experience on that, Asha.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best experiences I've ever had. That's because I did it all for myself along with your program. So I never thought that I could get rid of these uh, weekend hanging out stuff. Drinking tea as an example. So all these stuff is at a very minimum right now. So especially when you are in a corporate environment, you have a lot of availability for junk food and all the other stuff, right? So it was hard initially, not because I couldn't control them. The hardest part was listening to all the others' opinions, saying that it's okay, you can have this and still work out, you can have that. So my simple answer was, look, I have a coach, and that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to listen to you. So I had to be blunt at certain times, and
Yes.
you know how it is. When you're on a calorie deficit, you get angry a little bit sometimes when you are annoyed. So I actually developed a lot of patience as well. So
Yeah.
because in my head I knew that when I pull this off, it's going to make sense at the end of the day for everyone, right? So I always believed in it. So yeah, it was 95% negativity, to be honest. Okay, laughing at you, cracking jokes at you, but here I am on the other side.
Exactly. So I think Ashan actually told what he wanted to share, but we kind of lost him for the moment. But I'll just keep going ahead with the live till he joins in because that's something he actually wanted to share because at the time he was actually struggling. But what he's actually talking about is like when it comes to competitor, like with his goal, like that's the sacrifice he had to make. But when it comes to certain people, it's different when it comes to their sacrifices. You just need to reduce the portion sizes in certain circumstances. That's what we teach when it comes to certain types of people, like certain circumstances they have. So this is Ashan's story, and with regards to that, like he actually came a long way in his transformation, like from fasting and to actually eating a lot and being maintaining abs and like even competing and doing photo shoots for the past few years. So the third factor we wanted to say is the fact that when we first started like online coaching, like when we first told people like we are online coaches, not many people had an idea what its existence were. Because you had experience like that as well. Like even me, like I've had it because not many people would have thought like this is possible, like transforming another person's life over a phone or like over a laptop or like not seeing them face to face. It wasn't possible, but sometimes most of the time it works is like fixing their mindset. So when it's fixed, like when it's actually come to a level where they want to like focus on their goal and they just follow what we actually tell them, and that's all it takes. So all it takes is your commitment and dedication towards that period, and during that period what you learn is what you're going to be using long term.
Exactly.
So you've
Yeah.
seen our transformation. Some of the clients like Harry was one and Hassan was one, so he has been like maintaining them for the past year, like even without getting treatment. So
Yes, I
that's
remember I trained him last in 2020. So
yes,
2021.
exactly.
Yeah, entire year.
Exactly. So that's one of the things we wanted to like address about like because they were not listening to the other factors' voices. They were listening to their inner voice. So they truly believed in it. So that's what we want them you to have inner transformation. So like I said, like this is what we do, and even people did not believe this was like possible, even during a pandemic. We all wanted to invest on what we love, and that's what we did, like not listening to what others were telling you to do or like others were telling you can't do. It's about what you want, because we all believe like we only have one life, you must live it to the fullest. So in order for you to become your best version, you can, or you need to always invest on yourself in order to become better. Because when you do that, what happens is, it will take a long time for some, but at the end of the day you will end up making it and becoming your better version. So that's what we want as coaches, and that's what we been like thriving for the past so many years, like doing, like following our passion, and I want to be competing as well in the future and looking forward for it as well.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's it for today. I hope you guys got the value out of it, and drop a comment like if you got value, and if you want to share it, you can share it as well. So that's it for today's live, and I'll be coming tomorrow live as well. We'll be talking about like weight loss matters with Angie tomorrow, and
Yes.
dropping value there as well. So today's Monday mindset is that's about it, and make sure you always listen to your inner voice and build yourself up, not listening to other factors. That's it for today, and hope you got value. And I'll see you, Ashan.
Yes.
Thanks, Ashan, for joining in.
Yeah.
And I'll see
Have a
you
good
soon.
week.
Yeah, let's go.